Hey, I want to share some tips with you all today concerning finances. These are some things that I've been practicing myself over the years, and I've learned a number of different things that are helpful in dealing with our finances. Especially since the prices are going up on just about everything nowadays. Especially food and fuel. It's just getting crazy, so to speak. But anyway, first off, one of the most important things is that if you're in debt, do your best to get out of debt, or at least pay some of it off, even if it's just so much a month. Just do whatever you can, because when you're in debt, part of your monthly income goes to whoever you owe the money to, and then that's less money that you have to spend on things that you really need. Also, use credit cards wisely. I myself used to have a good bit of credit card debt, but gradually I got it paid down to where I paid off my balance. And now what I do is no matter how much I charge on a credit card in a month, I pay it off at the end of the month. And then that way you don't have to pay any interest. So you're using their money, but you're not getting charged for it when you do it that way. But if you use credit cards and you just pay like the minimum balance, that's the worst thing you can do, unless of course you can't help it. If that's all you can do, that's all you can do. But because you're never going to get out of debt that way. But the best way to do it is again to just pay everything off at the end of the month, and then again, you won't have any interest to pay. That's a great way to use. It's the only way I use credit cards, if I can pay off the balance, at the end of the month. Next is to make a budget. I've gotten in the habit of writing down all of my expenses, both fixed expenses and then just things that come up during the month, and then compare that with the monthly income. Which in my work it varies from month to month. But some of you know exactly what you're going to get, especially if you're on a fixed income. Then you know exactly how much you have to spend. But again, you just write things down that are your monthly expenses, and then see how that compares with your income, and then you can adjust it accordingly, adjust your spending accordingly. If you may see that you're spending too much in a certain area that you don't really have to be spending that, and but the only way to know is to write it down and see what exactly where your money is going to. Where is your outgoing expenses, what it all entails, and what have you. Next, use caution with the stock market or avoid it altogether. Which is what I do. I don't have anything to do with the stock market, other than I have a little money in a money market account, but that's not the stock market really. It's just it's something you can get through your local bank. You don't have to go to a stockbroker for that, and it doesn't pay much, but at least it's something. Get a little bit back. You can open up a savings account if you want. I know they don't pay much interest either, but um, and there's also CDs that you can get. And again, none of them pay the interest that they used to, but the stock market is just so volatile. It's so risky, and with a possibility of another market crash coming in the not too distant future, to me, it just wouldn't be wise to put your money there. But if you're already doing it and you're making returns on it, just ask the Lord about it if He wants you to keep your money in there. It could be a good thing for you. But for myself, I avoid it. Next is to compare prices when shopping. Even though prices are going up, it definitely pays to price shop. Whether it's online or if you're just going, to different stores. I've noticed in my area, just like going to the grocery store, certain stores have better prices on certain items. Not all items, but so hence I generally shop at 3 or 4 different stores uh, on a regular basis, and just buy the things that are at a better price at one store, and then I'll go to the next one and buy the other items that are at a good price at that store. And it definitely adds up. And all these savings accumulate. Uh, Also, you can buy extra staples when able to. If you can afford it, buy extra, because the prices are, again, they're continuing to rise. And I heard yesterday somebody on the news mentioned something about like a 10% food rise this year. That may be true for some things, but I've seen some things go up 100% this year, and it's just way over 10%. That's grossly understated when they say it's only a 10% increase. And also, you can buy extra items when they're on sale. If you catch a good price on some items and you're able to afford it, something, especially if it's something you use on a regular basis, buy extra ones. Because again, the prices are going up on everything. Also, you can limit eating out at restaurants. I'm not saying don't ever go out to eat at a restaurant, but if you eat out at a restaurant on a regular basis, it can be costly. I know some have to do that, because of their job situations and whatever. But whenever you can, eat at home. It's a lot less expensive to cook for yourself, and not only that, what's being put into the food. And you may want to avoid the processed foods as much as possible too in the grocery stores, because they're loaded with all kind of toxic chemicals that we don't really need to be putting in our bodies. Also, please share any tips that you might have for us to look at. Any other things that I didn't mention. I just wrote down some things that came to my mind, and I'm sure I could think of others if I thought about it long enough. But there's a number of ways that we can help to save money, to get out of debt and stay out of debt, as much as possible. And, the more money you save, the better off you are. And that gives you more that you can spend on things that you really need. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.